start to paint. You're going to try and get the colors as close as you can to the picture. So what I'm going to do, because you can have many different brands of paint. This one is apple barrel colors. This one is an acrylic gloss enamel, but they have paints. We also have dollar and rounding paints, right? You can have all different brands, and all different brands have, this one is Salvador. So, but there's so many different brands, and each brand you can look for magenta, and it could be different color magentas depending on your brand. So it's going to be very difficult to get exactly the same color. You can do it if you spend many hours trying to mix the different brands and different paints to get that exact color for the photo. But that photo could easily change. You know, you could enhance the colors. You can take out some of the colors by your programs on your computer. So the best thing for you to do, in my opinion, is to put the colors on that is close to what you're looking at, but yet what you're happy with, and make it easy on yourself so you don't get frustrated. Now this one here is called Primary Magenta. It's hard for you to see it. So, and you can see it's pretty deep red, isn't it? It's a magenta, see? So now, your favorite, what's going to happen is your main neutral color is going to be white, because white is what's going to make all these colors change. All right, so we're going to put white on there, and you can mix different brands most of the time. You have to check it out first, right? There's so many different things to painting. I mean, you have different types of acrylics, and you know, different. There's a lot to learn. There's a lot to learn, but right now we'll just stick with this. Basics, all right? Basics first. Because most of you people out there are learners. And what I'm going to use is, I'm going to use these brushes here, okay? These brushes here. These are great for flowers, all right? Nice pointy tops. And I've got to find a Filbert. I thought I had one in my bowl there, but I might go get one because it's important. I'll go get the Filbert. So I don't have one here. So I have these other brushes here. And that's a Filbert. See how it's rounded on the top? And I have a smaller one right here. And so you need about 3 sizes of each brush that you need, okay? I'll be telling you all about brushes. I have videos on types of brushes that are best for flowers and the best brushes to buy. These are angular brushes. These are great for flowers. All these ones I'm showing you are great for flowers, okay? Angular, okay? I love this one here. It creates feathers. So let's see if we can get some colors going now. Like I said, I'm not going to worry about getting it exactly right. This is a magenta, but look how red it is. So we have to try and figure out. We also need some blue, depending on the brand you use. I'm going to use this one for now, Salvador. It's called a Brilliant Blue. Let's see what that's like. It hasn't even been opened yet, see? I have so many paints. So I'm going to try this one. Brilliant Blue. Now to me that looks green. I don't know, greenish blue, I don't know. But you can use 2 or 3 different color blues. If I could find a darker blue, that would be nice. I found a pencil. So I found a darker blue. I love ultramarine blue because I tell you why. You can take ultramarine blue and add a bit of white to it, and you can have all different shades of blue. It's just your darkest blue first, right? And here's an ultramarine blue here. So I'm going to put that on my palette. So I'm putting on, what I'm doing is I'm putting on colors on my palette that I think that I might use, but I'm not putting a big lot on there because it will dry up on me and then I gotta go and waste the paint. So this one here is dried out. Okay, that one is dried out. So this one here is permanent blue violet. Might be able to use it. I'm going to try it. This is just brand new, never been used. So I'm just going to try some different colors. Like I said, it's not easy to get the exact same colors that you see in the picture. Blue, primary, CYAN, cayenne. And we'll try that one too. That's almost the same as the other blue there I got there. So like I say, I'm trying to show you that colors, it's very difficult to get exactly the same colors because all the brands are different. Let's just start off with a small brush. Let's pick one. All right. I'm going to try this little filbert. I'm going to wet it with some water. Just make sure you got your bowl of water, your paper towel, and so it's damp. And I'm going to look at a part of the rose, the darkest part of the rose, okay? I'm going to try this darker blue here. All right. Now, I am going to fill in this little part here. Right. And it's lighter around here. I find that down here is pretty dark. A bit of darkness down here, and up through here is some shadow. Separate those two. So look for your darks first. All right. Get some dark going on down here. See how the filbert is nice, easy to work with because it's got that rounded top. Use a flat. Right. I'm gonna go around here. Some of the paint's coming off, which is a good thing because I don't want it too dark. So I'm just gonna let the paint, just gonna use the paint that I have on my brush. Now don't forget, you can also correct any of this after you get it on. Paint over certain areas. So you have to get started somewhere. So let's go with some darks. And now I haven't changed my brush. It's staying on the brush, which is good because that means you don't have to keep constantly going back for colors. Now, so this is I'm looking for the purples, the kind of pinkish purples, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a bit of white. I'm going to blend that like that. And I'm going to use that to bring it up for shadows. Get the darks down here. Blend that together. Try to blend it before it dries up. Get some here. So just work at one piece at a time, you know, because that way you don't get frustrated. If you're all over the place, your paint's going to dry by the time you get back to it. And it's just going to be very frustrating. There we go. And you can bring that up into the rose like that. Bring it up. Trying to keep the shape of the rose. And as we come up, it gets lighter, doesn't it? That's a nice color. It's a deep purplish color. And when you add the white, it really brightens up nicely. So I got lots of paint down there. Okay, so we're getting up here. Now, I know it's not exactly the same as the color, but it's close enough. It's nice. That doesn't look too bad so far. Now we get a little bit of also a bit of shadow going on around here, so we'll go on that line. So what you're doing is you're putting your dark on first. Put your dark on first. That'll get us started. And if you get too much paint on your brush, just wipe it off in your tissue. And then head for the white. So it's still a bit dark down around this area, right? Still got that little shadow there. And now, it's lighter as you go to the top, doesn't it? So let's clean off my brush a little bit. I might have a bit too much purple on it. And I'm going to go into white so that I want to keep that little darkness in there so I can blend it up. Good. All right. And back here, same thing. You got that little bit of dark right here. It's probably dried a little bit there now, but it's still wet a bit, yeah. Just mush it around with your brush, soften it up. There we go. And then you're going to head towards up here, and you can see it's still pinkish white. Get more white, okay? Get more white. So your brush got a little bit of pink on it, a little bit of pinkish purple, and as you head towards up here, it gets really light, almost white. Right? You blend those two lines together. You want to make it all look like one, not separate lines. And it's pretty light up here, right? So we got more white, right? So we got more white, and then it looks like it's getting blue up here, doesn't it? Still got a bit of purple going on. Get some more purple. Just go into this little extra stuff that you had here, and you want to make sure you don't lose it here, even if you have to put some more dark on there. And it's coming in here. And then, see how important it is to get those lines in there? Now we're coming up here. It looks like it's starting to turn a bit blue, doesn't it? Bluish, purplish color. So, let's add a bit of blue. I'm not fussy about those blues though. They're almost like greenish color. Blue there on the camera, but looking at it in real life, it looks a little bit greenish color to me. But anyway, I'm going to add a little bit of white to that, brighten it up a bit. And then I'm going to start at the top because it seems to be darker there at the top a little bit. And then I'm going to come across here and bring it down a little bit. Kind of blend that in with that color that's coming up there. Mix two of them together. Now they should mix pretty good if your paint is still wet. Just adding a little bit of white to so keep it wet. Okay. Alright, so it's not too bad. Kind of like to have more shadow in that. I'm just going to take some of this darker color. So you go back and forth. Get some more darks and lights. So the frustrating part is if you're trying to do exactly like your picture, you might be having a difficult time. So see how I'm just kind of doing it looking at the reference photo, using it for a reference, using it like where the shadows are and things like that. But I'm not going to frustrate myself to the point where I don't even want to do this anymore. I'm just going to put in my colors as I see fit. That's making it easy for me. Okay. Now, I'm not sure how you feel about this. You might want to say, well, you're teaching, but you're not showing me how to get exact same colors as the flower. And I would suggest that you probably look up some more videos and see what other artists are doing, because every artist does their own thing, you know what I mean? Like, see, I don't like that. That's like a greenish color. I don't know why that's like that. To me, it's supposed to be blue, but it's not coming out blue. Let's see if I can find another blue in here. That's the primary can. I like that one. And this one's called turquoise blue. Let's see if turquoise blue is any better. Dark. They all look green to me. I don't know what's going on. Oh boy. But anyway, if I don't like this, if I'm not happy with these blues, I have more blues and I'll bring them out and show them to you. My brush, dip it in my water, tap the bottom of my, you can hear me tapping there, and wipe it off in your tissue, and that way it comes out nice and clean. And then you're going to go right into white, just white. Just white, and the very tip of your brush, okay? The very tip of your brush, the chiseled edge, okay? The chiseled edge, the very tip. Might have to wipe some of it off. And then, what I see is a highlight right on top of this area here. See it? I can see it. See how the reference photo helps you decide where to put your highlights and things? So you just tap on the edge there. Tap on the edge, the chisel edge of your brush. There's too much paint, just wipe it off. Now, when that dries, you might have to do a second coat, because white is, you know, it's opaque sometimes, but right now it seems like it's being stubborn, which is fine. There we go. You get a little top on it now, a little highlight, and I'll probably put some more on that now when that dries. So look around for more highlights. Right now, see a little bit of highlight up here. And your canvas got a white background, so we're going to have to change that after. And that's that part. Now I'm thinking that part there, we'll leave it alone for now. Let's work on this one around it. So let's stay close to each other. Don't go down the bottom or all over the place. Just stay close to each other, okay? So this one here, down around here, it looks pretty dark. So we have that. So let's just fill this in right here with some of that purplish color. Make sure you can see what I'm doing. Okay. So we have the purplish color here. I wonder what that blue is like. Oh, still got greenish color to it. I'll have to go get my other blues. Right, but right now I mixed a bit of that leftover purple and the blue together. It's kind of nice, look at that. So I'm going to put that in here for now. And no matter what it comes out like, I'm not going to worry about it, because I need to know where these shapes are going. Because this is really a complicated piece in my mind. For me anyway. Right? So I'm just trying to establish where everything goes. some more of that pinkish color. So just mix your colors. Right, that's the dark one. That's the deep purple. That's some white. And then here. Going to get some darker shadow down here, and I'm also following this. I'm following this, and I'm following the rows with the color in it on my computer. Okay, so they're all around me. So this here is a dark color in here. It's a dark blue. So let's just put a bit of a dark blue in here just to get it out of the way. So I'm saying, so you gotta figure out where things are going, and if you get confused, you can get lost. So I'm just gonna put that there just so I can see that lift, and it comes down around here. So I'm putting a darker blue down here so I can establish where everything is going. And I'm really, really unhappy with this color. I'm gonna go get my other blue. Yeah, I don't like this blue. It's more like on the green side. It looks nice there on the camera though. Looks nice on the camera, but I need to be happy with it. So these are just the dark colors I'm trying to establish that go underneath those petals, because I'm trying to separate the petals so we can see them. Like this one here is starting to come along. Right, I have my Dollar Brownie dark blue, so let's see how that goes. I'll put some of that on my there. Maybe it's just my camera, you know, 'cause sometimes you can change your colors. Not bad. Not much different than the other one, but let's see. So I want to do this. I want to, you know, show you everything I'm doing so you can learn. So you can learn that this is how it goes. This is how you paint. You paint through making a lot of decisions, picking your colors. You might say, well, I'm brand new. I don't know how to do this. Well, this is why you experiment. Look at lots of videos, whether they're mine or I would say, you know, I'm pretty well for beginners, because a lot of videos out there, they're in time lapse, or they don't explain it, but there are some out there that really explain it good. So if you can find some videos, get your favorite videos and then look at those, and that will help you. So I'm after looking at a lot of videos from beginners to advanced. I have some favorite artists that I love watching all the time, so I can relearn things over again. Because sometimes you know, I might do a flowers and then I might not do them for months, and then I'll have to, you know, I'll have to see, you know, what way you can do certain things. And besides, every painting is different, way different. All right, so there's some darker colors I found there just to see if I can lift those flowers up a bit. All right, so now if you wet your brush, clean it off, and then you make it damp, and if it's damp, you can take those colors that you just put on there and spread them out a little bit. Without having to add white, you just spread them out so that they get more transparent and lighter. Right? See? So you take the color and spread it around water and it comes out nice. Gives you that two-tone, right? All right, so that's good. Now I need to get up here with the lighter color, and I got some, I'm gonna clean off my brush and wipe it off my tissue, and whatever's left over on my brush, I'm just gonna see if any of that comes off here. Yeah, a little bit. Now I'm gonna add a little bit of color to that, so it stays nice and bright. Now right here, so I'm just gonna take a little bit of this and move it over here, just with water. I didn't put any color on. I just borrowed some paint from here. Right? So I can get that. See how that gives it. See, it lightens up. You don't have to use any white. It just brightens it up for you. See? All right. So if you lose any of your shadows, you can go back in and put them back in there. That dark purplish color. Love that. Nice and dark. I must say, it's really nice. My watch, it's huge. So we have a very light blue going on in here, so make sure your brush is clean. And then we'll put some white on our brush, some blue, lots of white. You make sure you put lots of white on because you want to get that blue really bright. And that goes here. Now it might look odd now because we're trying to figure out where everything goes. So right now we're just going to fill it in no matter what colors come out. We're trying to get as close as we can, but we're going to fill it in, and then we'll adjust the colors when we get it, when we're happy with the shape. The shape is the big thing, see? It's like a puzzle. Like, I don't know if you're gonna find this any easier what I'm doing. It's just like color by number. I don't know, but it's this rose in particular is a bit difficult. It's one of the hardest roses that I've ever had to do, but I like the challenge. And I hope you do too. All right, it's just a matter of figuring things out. So I'm just going to fill in with some color. That color there should be on the blue side. Just look at your picture and see what colors. Don't worry about getting exactly right now. If it's on the blue side, use blue. If it's on the pink side, use pink. If it's on the purple side, use purple, okay? This one here has some white in it. And in the middle, it has some blue. So I'm just picking up some blue. All right. This out here is another petal. So you get some blue going on. Need your shadows to give it a shape, see? See, it gives it a shape. The shadow up here. And then add white. That way you got those little shadows there. All right. Now, we got some blue going on out here. And what you got is some dark blue and light blue to get those shadows going. So some shadows going like this, and then down here is really a bit darker. That's where that dark comes in here. And here it's a bit lighter, so I'm gonna add some white. All I'm doing is go back and forth, blue and white, or your purple and white. Start off with your dark color first, and then add light, you know, your white to brighten it up. You get some background going on out there, see? Let's see what else we got here. All this here is blue. That might be an easy one to work with. All this is blue, right? So we got some dark blues going on out here. So I'm just gonna grab some of that paint there. Grab some of that there. And as you come out, then you're gonna go lighter and lighter. Okay, so I just added some white. As I'm coming out, I'm gonna add more white. So I'm just adding white to my brush. Just add a bit of blue on it, right? And this here. And underneath here is shadowy. So I'm gonna go into our dark blue again. Ultramarine blue, or whatever dark blue you got there. So once you get past some of the harder spots, then you can speed it up a little bit, because you're into the bigger petals now. So small petals with the shadows, that might be a bit difficult. And then you just come back in here and grab some shadows. Even with this lesson, you still might find it a little maybe a little difficult, but you might learn some things along the way, okay? You might learn to stay away from these kind of pictures. I know you're saying, well, how am I ever going to learn it? Well, you start off with something a little easier. If you're a beginner, this is really not the picture to begin with. But some people like a challenge, so. I'm just trying to grab in some whites here so I can lighten up those petals. I'm just going to pull back, see? I'm just pulling back, so pull back, pull back. It gives a nice, those little lines and things there, right? Same with here, you want to get some shape, so you pull back. On the tip of your brush. Pull back, there we go, and a little bit of blue in it. Now, what else have we got going on here? That's the leaf there, I think. This one here is blue. So pick up your dark blue, add white, and away to go. So it's darker under here. You want to make sure you have dark lines to separate them so you know they're separated. We'll do the dewdrops after it's done. It's right now trying to put them on now. It's complicated enough as it is, hey? Right. Put around that little dewdrop there. See if we can do that one. Not sure. Alright, so it's blue. Now we get more white. Keep the white going. Alright, so keep putting on white. Alright. See underneath there is nice and dark. Right? See how it separates it then when you get those darks. And then we're going to do our little pull back trick. White only. for now. Pull back. And if you want a little more highlight, you just pull back on the edge tip of your brush with paint. Pull back like that, see? Good. And now we want to, oopsie daisies, gotta get my picture back. Really need these references right in front of you all the time, because you're going to get a little lost at times. I just got lost there earlier. And I'm just kind of filling in the darks and the lights. Down here is nice and dark, so I'll fill that in in a second. But I want to get this top part on first, so at least I can get the shape of where it is. All right, you got to keep those petals separated. And keep them separated by shadows. Okay. As you can see, I'm just pulling back. That helps keep you on the petal there, see? All right. All right, it's dark in there. So I'm gonna go bring in my dark skin. So I'm gonna darken up with the really dark blue. This is dark blue. I'll clean off my brush a little bit. Get my dark ultramarine blue. See if I can find some shadows here. I think there's one down here. There. I think that's there. And then a little bit over here. And here. And we know underneath here there's some shadow. I'm not going to worry about that too much yet. Just want to get that petal here straightened up, okay? I know I have some edges here. I need to do that in order to see where the edges are, so we need to get a little dark. Okay, my hand's shaking a little bit, sorry about that. It's because I'm leaning over. All right, so that's that, and then you can take that and pull it back into the rose. While it's wet. So you get the tip of it. Pull back, pull back. It's fun though, you know. I don't know if you're struggling or what's happening now. Follow me, but it's fun. I'm having a good time here, actually. And because I'm doing it my way, I'm not going to worry about it being exact. So I'm enjoying it. I'm not struggling. I'm a little bit, yes, but I'm not to the point where I want to give it up. I'm finding it actually very enjoyable. Now hopefully it'll come out like the picture, you know, the shapes. If the shapes come out like the picture, if the shapes come out like a rose, then you're in luck, right? So that's that. So I have a little bit of let's see if I get that right. So I'm gonna get my dark paint and I'm just gonna put a little shadow around that to make it look like a dewdrop. Dewdrop. And I'm going to soften that up a little bit. Just kind of whatever's left over my brush, kind of bring it around here. And then I'm going to use some white to brighten it up a bit. Soften it up. Oops. Oops. And then I'm just going to, I don't know, maybe add a little bit of white on top or something to make it look like. Just using the edge of my brush, adding a little bit of white, like a little highlight. See if that helps. It's not bad. All right, so now we got this much sort of done. Now don't forget, go back over this stuff to, you know, fix anything that needs to be fixed. All right, so I'm going to take this again, the dark blue, and I'm going to put on the edge. But as you can see, it was nothing complicated. It's just your dark color of blue or pink or red, and then you add white. And when you're adding white, then you add as much you need to get the color close to as close to what you're looking for, right? You might want to add a little bit of blue to your pink, or I like that purple one that I was using. Just got a purplish. I'll tell you the name of that again in a minute. I'm gonna find it. See how that brings the rose, the petal down around? So you got the light on top and the dark on the bottom. That gives that shape, right? Gives it that illusion of you know, having that little bend there, you know, and that's what you want, right? Same with here. See if we can create that here. Get darkness underneath here. And that's the illusion of being separated from the other rose right here, see? Or the other petal. And then you come around, and then you get your dark color. Dark blue or dark purple. And then you just pull it up a little bit. And if it's too much, that's okay. Not to worry. You know what we can do, right? You know what we can do. And mash it up with a bit of white. And then you can put it up here like this. You got the illusion that it's bent under. This here needs to be colored down a bit. So you can make adjustments as you're going along. And you need some more dark here, I would think. Right here, just to separate that even more. And then you can sort of scrub at it so that the shadow kind of blends in with it instead of, you know, like, you don't want a line there, right? You don't want a line, but you do want to separate it so you get some more dark. And it looks like it's even pretty dark down here, so you can bring some more dark in. So you make adjustments as you go along, all right? Don't pick up any more paint, just kind of scrub it in, and that will blend in with the rest that you have there. See? It takes practice to know, you know, how much paint to put on your brush and things like that. I always use little bits at a time. I'd rather use little bits at a time. I don't want to use a lot because then if I mess it up, it's harder to fix. So I'll use a little tiny bit of blue on here, and then I'll come down around here to separate that one there. Think of separations, highlights, shadows. Okay. Now let's see. Good. Another easy one to do would be this one here, right? Okay, so you got the one with the little dewdrop on it. And then underneath that one, you got this one here coming out. So why don't we do that one? It looks like you got a little bit of flip up here. I'm just going to separate that there for now. Just make marks. Make marks where you think it might be, you know. All right. So, again with the blue, add some shadow. Doesn't switch your dark blue. Dark blue. It's too dark. Add a bit of white to it. Right? Make it dark. And let's see. Nice and dark underneath here. See how I'm darkening up even more. And then I'm coming out. I'm going to darken up this edge here. Nice dark blue. All right, and then we got this around here. Just using the edge of my the very tip of my brush. I've been using a Filbert all this time. You can change brushes if you don't feel comfortable. You can use a flat brush or whatever you feel, whatever's more comfort for you. So, alright. So this up here is part of the flower. So here, we'll just separate that a little bit. I'm gonna bring this stuff back here. And then I'm gonna add some white to brighten up the topper part there. The topper part. I don't know, I'm coming up with these words. All right. Let's get some of that dark going on there. Push it back. My brush is a little soft. I like a brush that has springs back, right? I'll show you what I mean in a minute. Now, get some white, add your white to it. See? And then you're going to start at the top here, so that's nice and bright, and then just come on down. You're going to blend it in with that one, because that's still wet, so you can blend it in. Hopefully it's still wet. If it dries up on you, just put more dark paint on again, and then work with it as it's wet, okay? This is wet on wet techniques. All right, if it went too light on you, we'll put some more dark in there. Like I said, don't panic, because everything can be fixed. Unless you go, you know, really do something in a bad situation where you can't fix it, but that don't happen very often. So we're just gonna go over that. Now, I want to get that nice dark shape. So I'm going to go back into some dark again. And I'm going to go down here. I'm going to soften that up a bit. I want to leave that light up there so it looks like that's a top to it. All right, we may have to add some more dark here. So let's just get this center part in. I don't like my blues. I really don't. I'm not getting what I want. And because I'm doing a video, I don't want to try like a bunch of different blues. So I'm just going to go with what I have right now. It's not too bad, I suppose. Looks nice on camera though. Okay, now. So the lightest part is out around here. Underneath here is dark. So let me get that dark in there again, because I don't want to mess it up. I want to get this separated so that we don't lose that separation. Because once I lose that, then I might not be able to find the edge of the flower, right? So let's get that there. Now, we got that little edge. It's not bad. Now, I want to clean off my brush a bit. I think I got too much blue paint on it. So I'm going to go, I just wiped it off. I didn't wipe it all off. So I really want to go and get that nice bright top there. I'm just going to tap it on so it stays. If I push it in, it'll only go blue again. So I'm just tapping that on there. Trying to give you as many tips and tricks. You might think I'm just gabbing, but when I say I'm tapping it on because I don't want it to blend in with the paint, you know, so I'm purposely trying to give you some good hints, tips. All right. That's not bad. That's not bad. Now if I can wipe off my brush, I'll try to drag that down a little bit on the edge. Drag that down a little bit. And then, there we go. Oh, that's it. That's it. Touch and pull. Now, what do I want to do with that? Let's see. It doesn't look too bad. Maybe a little darker. Get the darkest blue. Dark blue and go underneath here. Just pull it out a little bit. You want that shadow to come all the way underneath there. it is. It separates. It's so nice, doesn't it? I'm looking around now. I'm seeing that I need more dark in certain places. You can do that now, or you can do it later when you go back to look at it to see, you know, where you want the darks the most. I want some dark on the edge here to make that look like it's flipped. That flipped look. Too bad. Not the same exact colors, but I think it's pretty. So far, so good. So far, so good. All right, I think there's a green leaf underneath here. That here is a stem. Looks like the stems. That would be like a brown color. So I'll make my own. We can make a brown, or we can either make our own brown, or we can just pick up some burnt umber. So, all right, so we got that much done. And it looks pretty, doesn't it? So let's go with, there's something in here that looks like a blue. I'm gonna put a light blue in there. Not light, I'm sorry, maybe a darker blue, but not a really black blue. Just to see, let's just, yeah, something like that. Now, don't look too bad. There we go. Now, what are we looking for? So in that background there, that's the background. That's the fuzzy background. We're looking for the flower, right? So we got some more flowers. Let's see the petals. Where's the petals? We got this up here. It looks like that's there. It looks like this goes up here somewhere. It's like a petal that I missed on my drawing for some reason. So I'm just going to fill it in. Say that's a petal. There we go. So just fill in where you think you missed it, because sometimes when you do these drawings, you can miss lines. So we're doing good. We're doing good. So now we're going to go with. We'll start down here in the darker area. All right, with some blue, with a bit of white, so it's not blacky blue. Blackish blue. Blackish blue. All right, so then we'll go head up towards here. And then we will keep that going. So that's dark color blue, maybe ultramarine blue with some white. All right. Get that up there. So this is a great video also for showing you how to blend colors. And where to put shadows and how to separate things through shadows and stuff. All kinds of good stuff going on here. I think it is. Okay, let's get the shape of that petal better. There we go. Just use the chiseled edge of your brush so you can get that nice line there. All right, so you can see that I need more light color. So I'm going to add white now, because the white goes up here. Well, see where the background is white, you can't see that highlight, but we'll fix all that after when we put a background in. All right, so see how I'm blending that together? Right, so it makes it light and dark. There we go, that looks nice. It's pretty quick. Pretty quick. I see places where we need to shadow them up a bit. We'll take care of all that after. All right, nice. This one here, this rose here, this petal, to me looks like purplish. All right, so let's go to our purplish color. Clean off your brush a bit. Don't have to worry about it too much. Go into your purple color. So there's your purple color right here, right? And it's a bit of blue on your brush, which is good, because if that purple looks like got some blue in it. I'm going to add a bit of blue to it. And then white. And I'm going to keep looking at that, the petal I'm trying to do, and see if I can get close to it. So, it's got a bluish, bit of blue in there. Let's try that. Always fix it up after. So pull that in. Pull it in from the top. This petal here looks like it's not finished. It needs purple in there. I'm going to add a bit of my purple color. Let me see, I don't want to do this wrong. So I'm just going to add the darker color here just to separate it. Looks like it might be part of this one here. And add some white. I know it's confusing, but as soon as you add your dark, add a bit of white. There we go. I think that's what happened there. I was missing a petal or something. I'll have to go back and see because it's really difficult to get it exact. All right, now there's a shadow down there, so that shadow needs a bit of purple right here. Pick up some of your dark color right there, and let's get that little shadow in here, and then we will pull up our bit of shadow, and then we will start going into white again now, because as you can see, let's get a bit of white up here, and then we'll start pulling it down. I might have to darken it up. It looks like, get it up there. Your brush is a bit dirty, which is great, right? So what I need to do is add a little bit of blue. See a bit of blue in there too, see? So, oops, sorry. Pulling back. Now, I'm gonna add some white to the tip of my brush so I can get white back in there again. And again, till I get it the way I want it. I tell you, this rose is very difficult, but I'm still having fun because I'm experimenting with it. I'm trying different things, right? So it is difficult, but I'm going to use my purple. But I'm not struggling to get the colors exactly the same. So I think that's, that's a big help. I'm just using it as a guide to tell me where the petals are and where the colors are sort of going. All right. Now, we got some pink down there, so we're going to pink it up with magenta, some white, lots of white. It's pretty strong. Any red is a really strong color. Right, see how strong it is? Goes right red, goes in right into the red. Right, so we don't want it too red. We want a pinkish color. So pinkish purplish color. So we'll mix some of that in with that purple I already put on, and that'll give you some of that purple in with the pink. That'll help. We gotta change that up a little bit up here. We gotta darken that up. So keep your brush dirty and go into your purple color, that dark purple color that you had there, and bring that down. Okay, I lost my little bit of white there. I'm going to put that back. All right. I'm just going to mix that in with that one. And I want to get that a little darker again. So I'm going to go back into my dark purple. And I'm going to just bring a little bit more in here for now. So I'm making decisions, and Sometimes I make the right decisions, sometimes I make the wrong decisions, but I'm gonna just do my best. Tap on this here. All right. And then we have a blue one right here, right? It's blue. So go into our blue, wipe off your brush, get your blue, and we will add a blue, dark blue right here, along the line here, along the edge of the petal. All right, and then we will take that down into the petal. Some parts are easier than others, though, aren't they? And now that we need to brighten it up, I'm going to go into our red and white. See, I'm mixing in with the, getting a bit of that red and white. And I'm going to try this. Don't like it. Don't like it. So I'm going to go into my purple and my white. Try that. Some more red into that. Okay, I gotta get some more red, pinkish color into it, which I tried with my magenta on my dirty brush. A little bit there. It's not that pretty pink that I want. You know how I get that? That was with the deep purple, wasn't it? Because that purple has blue and red in it. Right, so I like that one better. So I'm just going to try it. And then I can add some there. See how red, see how red it got? This is so strong. I'm just mixing everything up there now. And I'm going to try again. It's better. That's much better. You have to keep trying till you get close. But you don't want to spend all day at it. But that's not bad. It's not too bad. I got a little shadow I lost there, so I'm going to put that back in. Just put that back in with my tip of my brush. Just a little bit of... I didn't even clean my brush. I'm just kind of going back and forth there. Having some fun. That's all. Just having fun. Smooth that out a little bit. Now, need to get that blue there. Go. Blend that in with that one. I gotta get it lighter than that because it's kind of... Clean off your brush. Let's go in with some white. See if we can brighten it up a little bit. That's better. That little shadow back again. Back and forth, back and forth. And now clean off your brush. Just get that dark color and go in with your white. And then pull up some white. Like we already did. Now the paint is still wet, so that kind of mixes all our colors together. There we go. That's nice. Not bad. Not bad. I'm kind of having a struggle with that color there. I'll come back to it because right now these things happen where you're not happy with your colors. So I'm going to come back to these two petals. I find they're not as pretty as the other colors, right? But it's okay. We'll worry about that after. We just need to get the shapes right now. All right, so we got this one here. This one here needs a little bit of highlights. Separation there, and all right, so this one here comes out a bit. There's a little poke on the end there. So there we go. Now, when acrylics dry, they darken colors, as you notice with the little highlights, right? They sort of almost disappear, you know? All right, so we're going to do some blues here. All right. Let's take your ultramarine blue and white, and then we'll paint this in here. Now you can change brushes if you want to. I find this one pretty good. Get the shape of the petal here. Turn your brush and get that. Okay, good. And then we will get around that little petal there. And now, as we come down here, it gets really light, so wipe off your brush a bit. I just wipe it off my canvas, right? Just wipe it off wherever I can. And then I'll pick up some white. Maybe wipe it off a little bit. And then I'll come down here, because you got blue on there now, see? So we'll come back up here. And bring some of that darker one down a little bit, so it all blends. We don't want it to be. We need more white. Wipe off the brush. Pick up some more white. I'm going to start up here. Bring it back down. Ooh, that's nice and white, isn't it? Didn't mean for it to be that white, but that's okay. I'm going to work with it. Because my brush is a bit dirty, so oh yeah, it's coming along. All right, I want to get that one dark up here a bit more, so I'll add a little more blue. Oh, that's not too bad already. No, I think I'll leave that. That's nice. And then we will get a little bit of pink added to that. I'm going to use my deep purple, so I can get that nice pinkish color. And white, and we will go back down the other side, which is here, and pull up, and we'll go back to the blue again. So, blue and white. Pull it out from that edge, that little line that was there. Blend it in with that pinkish color. Add more white to your brush. Get that blended. Nice. I know it's not really easy, but isn't it fun though? Isn't it fun? I find it fun. Like like I said, because I'm not struggling, I'm doing my thing. I'm doing whatever I want to do, and I'm making it the way I want it. You know, because I know I can't do exactly the same colors. It's really difficult. There's only blues and whites, right? Blues and white, pink and white. It's not really too complicated, but it can be tedious. So I got some dark color here. I'm just going to put that in there. So look for your darks first. I find it a little bit easier. I get some white up here. I'm adding white to my paint. See how it all blends when you do that? Oops. And like I said, we'll be going back again to check on the shadows, and we're going to check on the shapes and where we need extra shadows and different things like that. So I had a little bit of blue that time. Darken up down here. So like I said, this is wet on wet, which means all the paint has to be wet in order to blend in with each other. And if you have trouble blending it, just go get more paint. If your dark is dry by the time you get to it, add more dark paint. So you just go back with the darks and the lights. And some dark blue. Right here, I just added pretty dark blue there. Shadows. Goes around this corner. And then it goes about up here. Fill it all in. It's pretty dark on the edge there, so I'm going to add some more dark paint here. Right to the edge. Pull it back into the flower. Put a bit of a dark edge here to separate this flower. I have to say, this is one of the hardest roses I've ever done, but I'm finding it fun because I like experimenting. I like challenges. If I come across a painting that I find really difficult that I can't do, then I will put it aside. If it's not necessary for me to do it, I'll just leave it. I might do another version of it, because an easier version, if I find something too difficult to do. Now, it's kind of shadow stuff, a bit of shadowy. I need to soften this up here. It's kind of rough. I'm going to do that after. I need to soften it up there. I would probably do that with some white paint and a bit of blue. Just give it that little soft look on the edge here. Because they are petals, you know. I just want to get an edge here off of that one. See, it makes it more look like a petal and more of an edge, right? And you want to make it look like it's dipping, right? So you're going to need more dark color blue. Because you want to make it look like it's dipped. soften up that edge there. And it gives it that illusion that is dipped. Dipped. Now, what else we got left? I don't have much left of that. We need a background, maybe a nice dark background to bring out the petals and bring everything out. We got some green. Go on to the green. Why don't we have a look at this area up here a little bit, see what's going on. So it looks like we need two. Let's try a little bit of white here. It looks like there might be a bit of white separating those there. Highlight or something there. The highlight kind of faded here, so we'll put some more highlight on that. Tap it on. And a little bit of highlight up here. And that tapped out right here. Came back in. And then it came around, so it tapped out here. Came in around here. And yeah, that's better. And then we can pull some of that back in. We don't want it to look like just a terrible edge there. It's better. And then we have this here happening. Not too much of that there either, so pull that back down. But I'm trying to see. I think we need some darker color, a little bit of a purplish color. I'm thinking we need to. I'm thinking we might need to do something here. Put some shadows here just to separate those. It's too dark, isn't it? All right, well, a little bit here. I don't have much paint on a brush, so I don't want to mess it up. So I'm just going to scrub that around a little bit just to move it in a little bit. And I know they're dark, I'll fix it up in a minute. Right, and this down here is nice. I mean, sometimes you piddle around with it too much, you can end up making, you make a mess, right? So let's be careful. Just trying to pick out the spots that needs a little more darkness just to separate the petals. Just soften them up by pushing them in. Get a little bit of paint so we can separate those petals here. We are doing okay. Add a little bit of white to your dark just to soften it up a bit. Soften it up here. So now I'm going to lighten it up again because that's too dark, right? But I still wanted to have some separation. A little bit of separation. I just add a bit of white to my brush to soften it up so that we could still have those shadows, but yet didn't want to ruin the painting. Blues, the edges. Need to give it that little flip look, you know. So, like I said, it's not, obviously, it's not exactly the same, but it's because you have to do things that you like to do yourself. Add your own little touches, even, right? Your own little touch. What I'm doing now is adding my own little touch now. See? Lighten it up down here. But that was with the help of the, actually with the help of the picture. So let's get let's put those nice leaves. My own green by adding some yellow to my palette. And you mix yellow and green. Oh, sorry. Start over. So you mix yellow and your blue, and you're going to get nice greens. Get nice dark green. Add a little bit of red. And it'll give it an earth green. There we go, nice dark earthy green. So we got the blue, and we got yellow, and a bit of red, and nice dark green. See that? Pretty. Now, so let's fill that in. Nice dark green. Get started. Now, if you want to, you can use your angular brush. See what that's like. Okay, dampen it up. And then we'll use our angular brush and just watch the difference. How much easier it is to get those angles. Watch, see? It does it for you. It makes your, right? Makes your leaves for you, see? I'm just playing around with some shapes. Kind of just filling them in, just filling in spots. And then we can turn them into leaves in a minute. There's all darkness down here, right? So just fill that in. Just to give it some darkness down here. So all I'm doing is adding my blue and my green and my yellow. My blue and my yellow, and turns to green. And I'll add a bit of red and that'll turn it even darker again. Alright, so I'm not going to worry about the shapes yet. Just want to have something dark down here. And here. Run away on me. And just fill it in down here. Good, and then we will wipe off some of the paint and pull it through some yellow. See? And then you can start adding some shapes like this. Just pulling up on some edges here. Right on the very edge of your brush. That gives the illusion of leaves. It's all an illusion. All it is paint, right? So basically it's just an illusion. And what your eye tries to turn it into. That's cute. I like that for a change. Right. That light shining on this is kind of bright. So we will add, I don't know, we'll scrunch in some pinks or something, some dark colors around the rest of it. So a couple of things I want to do with that rose. Alright, so I'm going to put that brush back. I'm just going to take, let's see. I'm going to take a flat brush. Flat brush. And I'm going to get some kind of background or something in here. I don't know. We'll use our red. I'm just going by the picture for a reference. And some white. And a little bit of my purple color. Now if I get that like that, that would be wonderful. I'm just going to scrunch that in here. So I didn't mix the one color, I just sort of threw it all in, the colors on the brush, and I'll mix them on here. This brush is a little bit too big. Now I'm going to add white. See, that blends nicely. That's nice. Almost looks like flowers. I'm not going to do much with that. I think that's nice the way it is. It's pretty. And then I'm going to do it in here. Leave the stem there. I'll get that done in a minute. Add more white. So that's the beauty of it. You don't have to just tap at it if you want. Just kind of blend it a bit more. You don't have to do it exactly as the picture, right? So up in the corner there, it looks like it's really dark. So I'm going to use my purple color, my deep purple. I'm going to put that on first, and then maybe add a little bit of white after. Okay, so we'll just put that darkness around here. I'm going to kind of tap at it, give it a bit of texture. All right. So I'll just go around here. Now, I'm going to add some white so that we can catch it before it dries, and then we'll work on the other part after. So put some white on it, on your brush, right? And then just come down into that. As you can see, it's not exactly as the picture, right? You can see that for sure, you know? But it's kind of nice. I need more white. And we'll put our purple. I think that purple saved the day. Deep purple. Try to get the chiseled edge up against that so you don't go into the petal too much. If you do it, you can always put a little bit of highlight on there. And now your white. Try to catch it while it's still wet, okay? Use as much white as you want. Very good. Now, a little bit down here. I think it's a bit of green down there, but I kind of like this purplish color. It's a bit of color. So you can change it up whatever way you want to. Now, it's not exactly the same, as you can see, but put a little bit of green in there, a little spot here. Pick up some green, your green color. I'm still using a dirty brush. I like using dirty brush because you get all kinds of colors mixed in with it. And let me get that. All that is really almost like a black, so we can make our own little stem there. Just get some color and make it as black as you can by adding blue, your deep purple, a bit of red. And then you can make that into a stem. So it's almost it, you know, like you can do touch-ups. You can do touch-ups where you think you need them. I don't want to play with it too much more now because I can see lots of places where I could touch it up a bit more, but kind of, because you know, I've been at it for a while, so you can play with it as long as you want, right? Make sure we get everything separated. Get your shadows in. And if you feel, like I said, if you're happy with it, don't play around it too much. Because see what I'm doing here now? If I play with that too much, I'm probably going to ruin it, right? So I'm just going to add a little bit more white to blend it. I'm going to leave it alone. Oh boy, it's so easy to mess it up, you know. Put a little bit of shadow underneath there because it looks like I might have lost a petal there. There it is. So you don't want to mess it up too much. I'm not sure if that's a petal or not now. What did I do there? What's that part there? I came around. No, I don't think that goes there. I think it's just part of that petal there. See how easy it is to mess it up? So I'm going to add some white. Try to get it back to the way it was. Then I'm going to leave it alone. Okay, that's a nicer petal. That's better. That looks good. I could do this like for many more hours. I could, because I can see so many things I would like to do with it. But I can't. I don't want to, you know, I want to get you so that you can enjoy this painting and get it done. Right? See so much that can be done. So I think that's it, you know. I think I'll leave it. I think you might be able to get enough from this that you might be able to do it. You'll be able to realize that you can do it your own way. You don't have to go exactly with what the picture is. You know? It's pretty. I think it's pretty. I think it is. It looks like this one here. It's got some blue around here, which is fine. But then it looks like it's got a little peak. something like that. That there is the edge of that. It comes down this way. I'm gonna mess it up. I'll put a little highlight on the edge of that. It looks like it needs something. I don't know. It's like there's something missing here. That's a bit better. There we go. That's better. Yeah, that's what's missing. And this needs a little more highlight. Yeah, that's better. All these little highlights, they really help a lot. I think so. So I think I'll leave that. So you guys play with it, you know, as much as you want. You can make a little dewdrop with a liner brush, probably. Might be easier. A little liner brush. And in your purple color, you make a little line like that. Maybe a little one over here, right? And then you can add a little bit of white on top of it. And then you got a little drop that quick. Oops, so my brush is still dirty. Okay, sorry. And a little. So it's a dark line with a little highlight. Right? Once you put your dark line on, make sure you clean your brush because this is the mess you get into. Right? So those little white highlights there are really important to make it look like a dewdrop. So you can put the white on first if you want to, and then your dark line, but I got that done there now. All right, that's enough dewdrops. That is enough. Little liner brush helps put some lights on too. Just clinkety clanging. So big, it's an Apple Watch. Okay. This might need a little bit of highlight here. See, all these little highlights make it look nice, doesn't it? Get that little edge, right? Makes a big difference. Makes a big difference, doesn't it? Pretty. Nice. These are just your finishing touches. Gives a nice edge. Because where we put that dark around it, it kind of, you know, took away the edge a bit. Now you can't see that in the painting itself, in the picture, right? You can't see that there. It's probably not there, but because it's our painting, we can do whatever we want with it. You can do this yourself. These little touches. And look how pretty it's making it. See? That's why I say you do not have to go and do exactly as the reference photo, because you'll miss out on so much. You miss out on those beautiful highlights and all these things that you can do. And then once you get started, you can't stop. It's so beautiful. Maybe I should stop. What do you think? You think I should add more highlights? I should stop, shouldn't I? But look how pretty they are. That's nice. I think I'll leave it, you know, because I'm gonna keep adding until then it doesn't make any sense. It won't make any sense. It'll just look like it's a blob. You could even use your finger to fix it up. So much stuff more I can do with it. I feel like I can add more shadows and shading and like down around here. Right, I feel like I could do something there. But I think I'll leave it alone. I don't know. All right, that's it. I'm done. It's gorgeous. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it. You might look at it and say, what is she happy about? I don't know. But I'm happy with it. I think it's pretty. It's my creation. I created that. I created that out of a reference photo. And I like it. So let me know what you think, you know, if that was any help at all. Hopefully it is. So that's my patrons, and thank you so much for being my patron. And I really appreciate you asking me to help you. If you have a picture or a reference photo that you're having a problem with, or you want me to try and paint it for you and try to show you different techniques that you can use, just let me know. Email me at allisonpriorart@yahoo.com. allisonpriorart@yahoo.com. My email's there. And because you're my patron, I'll do that for you. And thank you so much for your support and all your help. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Well, thank you so much for watching my video today. And if you liked my video, you can give me a like, you can share my video, and you can subscribe and press the notification button so you can get lots more videos like you've seen today. And I'll be seeing you in the next video. Bye.